This is the plaintiff, Dawn Nolden. She says she brought her car to the defendant's shop to see what was wrong with it, and he then went ahead and made repairs without her authorization. When she picked it up, it was making a strange noise. She brought it back and he said the work wasn't warranted. Huh? Does this guy think she's stupid or something? He ripped her off royally. And she's suing the scoundrel for every penny of the $539.45 she's owed. This is the defendant, Danny Levitin. He says he called the plaintiff to inform her the motor mounts on the car were shot, and she gave them the okay to make the repairs. He's been in business for 30 years. He did a good job for the plaintiff and has no idea what her problem is. He's accused of doing unauthorized work on a car.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket. The plaintiff says the defendant grossly took advantage of her at the auto repair shop, but the defendant says he was on the up and up and she got what she wanted. It's the case of You Are Beyond Repair.
Thank you, Douglas. Dawn Nolden and Maurice Goodwin, you are suing the auto repair company. You don't want us to mention the name, represented here by Danny Levitin. You're the owner?
Yes, I am.
Okay, for $539.45, the amount that you say you paid them for a repair that did not work. Okay,
Yes.
What happened?
February 8th, I took my car there around 6-something in the morning. I spoke to Danny.
6-something?
Yes, I spoke to Danny. He told me to come back around 8 when the mechanics arrived. I went back at 9, a little after 9. I spoke to a mechanic named Mike. I explained to him the noise that the car was making.
What was it? What noise was it?
It was making like a strange, like a humming, like something blocking something type of noise. And he asked me if I could leave it with him. He would know exactly what the problem was by lunch. I called him back at lunch. He said, give him a few minutes. He would call me back. He called me back, and he stated that it was the motor mounts. Both motor mounts were no good. He took them out, and now the noise is gone. So I asked him, why would you change the motor mounts without informing me?
And then your complaint is they never did that.
He never did that.
According to you.
He never did that.
All right, but you do know how much it costs before you go to pick the car up, and when you know, you give a credit card. And then you pick up the car, and what happens? Is the noise there or no?
As I drove off and got to the light, once I stopped at the light, which is like the next corner from his shop, the noise started back.
Okay, so did you drive back?
I did a U-turn, I came back. So
you drive back and you tell him, hey, the noise is still there. Was it a different noise or was it the same noise?
It's the same noise, but to me, it seemed like it had gotten louder.
Well, that's not good. That's not the direction. All right, so then do you leave your car there?
No. He said, maybe it is your transmission. You should take it to Nissan because maybe it's something that's going to be covered under your warranty.
Yeah, but did you say to him, yeah, but give me back my $500?
No. At that time, I told him, I said, but you just fixed it. You said that it stopped because I'm figuring that he drove the car. He says, oh, it wasn't there. When I did the repair, it wasn't there.
So go on.
That same day, I called Nissan to ask them, could I make the appointment to come in? They told me to come in the next morning after 6:30.
And what does Nissan tell you?
Nissan told me that it was a PVC valve that had collapsed in front of the vacuum pump. So I asked the guy from Nissan, well, could the motor mount? He said, no. If it was the motor mount, then the engine would be shaking.
Did they actually say that on the bill?
No.
Okay, how much did they charge you to fix whatever it was?
$262.92.
At the dealership? That's what they charge you?
Yes.
And then did it fix it?
No, $286.28. Yes, it's gone. The noise is gone.
Okay, Mr. Levitin.
Yes.
Talk to me.
She came in 6:30 in the morning. I looked at the car. I told her to come back at 8 a.m.
Did you hear the noise?
No.
So there was no noise?
I told her to come back at 8 a.m. when the mechanics come in.
So you didn't look at the car? You just saw the car, but you didn't actually...
We picked up the hood. I did not hear a noise.
Oh, that's what I mean. So you actually picked up the hood and you did not... It was not making the noise. All right?
We checked out the car. We troubleshot it. I have the motor mounts defective here. I've never seen this car.
When did you fix the motor mounts?
February 8th.
And why do you still have old motor mounts from a repair of 2 months ago?
We keep old parts just in case we have to prove that we put new motor mounts in.
In a filing system, you actually note that they belong to this car versus that car? Or?
Yeah, I have them right here.
So did anybody ever hear the noise?
We did not hear it.
So nobody
And
heard a noise. Why were you repairing anything then?
because we troubleshot and we saw that these motor mounts were bad and the engine
Yeah, but you
was-
never heard the noise she was complaining about?
She didn't complain about a noise. She complained about an issue that we did not know what it was until we found that
what
the
did she
motor
complain
mounts-
about?
That the car was not running properly.
That is the vaguest thing one
She
could
did
tell
not-
you.
she
She
did
has to
not
have told
know.
you what she thought was improper. What did she say?
She did not know what was improper.
Let's try this again. I'm the customer. I don't know anything about cars. You're the expert. You know everything. I come in. I say it's not running properly. You say, how so? I'm not going to know it's a transmission because you're the guy who would know. But I have to say it goes, nya, 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 or it's shaking when I say, I have to say something. So what is the something that she said? What did she say?
She complained about there's something under the engine that was not proper, was not working right.
Do you have the paperwork?
I have a video, actually.
Okay, hold on. What say
I
you to
know,
that?
I called her for approval.
Okay.
And I wrote on the invoice, okay to do repair at 12 o'clock in the afternoon on 2/8/2016.
Okay. So
So
by
we-
the time that you call her, the work has not been done.
No.
Right. All right. So then you do the
We
work,
did-
and she
we did
complains
take
right
s-
away that it didn't solve anything.
Well, she did not complain to me that it didn't solve
You
it.
know she
It did
complained right away.
solve.
You know that she did a U-turn a nanosecond after picking up the car. So you know that she came back immediately. So much so that you kept the motor mounts. But can I see the motor mounts?
Sure.
So when she comes back, what do you guys tell her?
We did mention, because we looked on, which we have all data, that's what it's called, that if there is a transmission problem, which could be making that noise, it's under warranty. And if it's under warranty and it's free, why shouldn't she go back to the dealer?
I don't want to lift this out of here. Why?
I'll take it off for you.
All right,
Sure.
take it out.
So, do women get taken advantage of in auto repair shops? What do you say?
I don't think so. I think it's stereotype, but I think it depends on. I think we stereotype it ourselves. If you go in there confident, I don't think they'll take advantage of it.
That is interesting. And everybody's nodding, too. You're nodding.
She changed my answer a little bit.
Oh, good for her.
Yeah.
Good for you, ma'am. What do you say?
I think it's all depending on the attitude. If she seems like she doesn't know her stuff, or like she
Well, a
doesn't-
guy could do the same thing, right?
Yeah, that's the same true. They all.
So in other words, so it's not women.
Gender, yeah.
I gotcha. Going inside the courtroom.
Not so bad. This.
So how is it, though, that you charge her almost $600 for motor mounts and then go, oh, well, then I guess go to the dealer because it's all under warranty?
No. This is one issue. If she had
I know,
other
but the
issues-
woman drove right back a nanosecond after picking it up and said, guys, you didn't solve what I brought it here for. It's not like she came back a week later.
didn't drive
or
it
a
right
month
back.
later. She didn't make a U-turn and come right back?
No, she did not. She went to
Yes,
the
I
dealer
did.
the next morning.
So you go to Nissan the very next morning?
I took it the next morning, dropped it off. They called me about 10ish and told me what the problem was. And he stated that he didn't hear a noise. He did hear the noise. He clearly stated, if you
Let
look
me
at
hear let me see the video.
and you could hear that noise. He could hear it when he came outside because he stated that he heard
All right,
it.
once it happened, did it just keep happening or was it
just-
intermittent?
No, it just kept happening.
How old's your car?
2009,
Nissan charged you $286. Say again what Nissan charged you.
286,
28, right?
28.
Here's what I'm gonna do. You have new motor mounts on your car. That's worth something. I know it's not what you wanted, but it's worth something. Had this car been repaired for the 500 and something, you would have been happy as a lark. You had to go out though, and in order to get the job done, pay out another $286.28. My inclination is to order him to pay you a portion of what you paid him back. That portion is going to be, coincidentally, $286.28, because I think that verdict takes care of two things. It doesn't put you out of pocket more than what you were willing to be out of pocket that day, and it takes into account the fact that they did some work and you have brand new motor mounts on your car, which is worth something on a 2009. Okay? Verdict for the plaintiff, $286.28.
Well, the plaintiff has prevailed, not for everything she wanted. Mr. Leviton, what's your reaction to this? You didn't hear any noise like that? I mean, we could all hear it.
Well, it wasn't there when we took care of the car. It was intermittent, and
How do you know it was intermittent?
Because I was under the hood as well.
But you didn't hear anything like that, right?
It was not there when we.
All righty. Well, you did, at least you brought evidence in. That's good, but obviously she prevailed. Sorry about that.
It's okay.
It's okay?
It's
You're
okay.
You're not upset?
No, I'm not. There are more important things.
Well, you're a nice guy. Thank you very much. This way, right out there. All right, here comes the plaintiff. Boy, you went through a circus with this, didn't you?
Yes, I did. Yes, I did.
How do you feel about it now?
Well, at least I got something.
Well, you got new motor mounts. Car's been fixed. How's it running now?
Great.
Okay. You're happy? Everybody's happy?
No, I'm not happy.
Why not?
He robbed us, and he told a lie.
All right. Well, you did prevail in court anyway. Yeah. All right. You have some documents to sign. Let's see what Harvey Levin thinks. Harvey?
Just FYI, auto repair shops are licensed in most states, so you can go to the agency that licenses them. It's easy to find out which one, and sometimes you can put pressure on them to do the right thing. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.